Steve Forbes joining us this morning. All right, Steve, I say Biden is not going to be the nominee in 2024. Are you with me?
I am. We've both agreed on that for months. He won't be the nominee.
That's true.
Not only because of his incapacities, which have become more and more evident, may trigger a crisis, but also the growing scandal around not only his son, but his brother. That corruption can't be swept under the rug for much longer. And the economy will be so-so. It's not going to be a kind of booming thing that helped Ronald Reagan back in 1984.
Will Newsom bail him out?
Newsom is going to bail in. The only question is how they do it. How do they get Biden out? How do they get Kamala Harris out?
Yeah.
One of the things they're talking about is Justice Sotomayor leaving the Supreme Court and replacing her with Kamala Harris. That way, Harris has a face-saving way to get out of the vice presidency so they can have a brand new ticket in 2024 and pretend the last 4 years of decrepitude didn't happen.
You gotta be kidding me, Steve Forbes. Get a Supreme Court justice to walk away and put Kamala Harris in her place? Are you kidding me?
Stranger things have happened.
Don't reveal your sources, Steve, but for heaven's sake, who's telling you that?
It's starting to rumble. That's how bad it is. That's why that congressman did what he did.
Any other talk under the surface here about who might replace, how they might get Biden out?
Well, what they're hoping for is that he does what Lyndon Johnson did back in 1968, go on TV, say, can't do it, got to pass the torch on to a younger generation, and do it in a face-saving way. The one who's standing in his way, one of them is his wife, Dr. Biden, whose nickname in Washington now, among some, is Mrs. Wilson.
Oh, as in President Wilson during the First World War when Wilson was incapacitated.
And his wife ran the country.
And she took over.
She took over for a year. Amazing point of history, not well known today.
That's very good stuff, actually, Steve. Good. Let's get on to gas prices. 30 cents higher in the last month. Diesel, 34 cents a gallon higher in the last month. Are we in for an inflation problem?
Well, you're looking at commodity prices. They're starting to inch up again. We'll see if gold goes much above $2,000 an ounce. That means, for whatever reason, people are losing faith in the dollar. That's a problem. And the Federal Reserve, unfortunately, pays no attention, really, to the value of the dollar. They do other currencies, but not to its intrinsic value. So the Fed may end up doing another muck-up job in terms of fighting inflation by depressing the economy instead of letting people do what they want to do, get ahead, start businesses, create jobs, make us all more prosperous.
Well, that'd be another hit against Biden come the election of 2024. That's not what he wants, for sure.
He reappointed the Fed head, so he can't escape responsibility for that as much as he'd like to.
History lessons from Steve Forbes. Well worth watching, believe me. Steve, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir.